What is going on to the AMC stock group? What is going on to the AMC traders? And what is going on to the AMC investors? In today's video, I'm extremely excited to be talking about yet another news that I think will continuously make AMC stock price move in the positive direction in the future. And so right now we are talking about Korea, we are going to be talking about India, and we are going to be talking about just a lot of countries outside of the United States that are invested in this stock, and they're invested in crazy amounts. They're invested in insane amounts. Okay, so right off the bat, retail traders in India and South Korea join meme craze for AMC. Now, I do understand that this was posted on June 3rd, right? That was the date that this article was updated. However, nonetheless, I am going to be talking about a more recent article, especially in the month of July, right? Because I've always been saying, as more data comes out for all these institutions, we will have a better idea for what type of price movement and what type of price action AMC stock will probably have in the future. Right, so the next article that I'm going to be talking about is going to talk about the exact amount of shares that Korea ended up buying for AMC stock. So we need to read this article first to understand why these countries are even invested in AMC stock, because if you understand that, you will have the conviction to invest in the stock for the long term. And so the retail traders in India and South Korea have joined the meme stock frenzy by piling into AMC holdings through local trading platforms, giving them access to the United States markets. And now, this is really important because countries like India and South Korea, the fact that they know about stocks like AMC, what do you guys think that means for the movement, right? What does that tell you about the AMC stock movement? We are definitely a movement unlike any other. This movement is definitely unmatchable. I have yet to hear about a lot of other stocks that have the same movement that AMC stock does. Let's continue reading. It says that the money losing movie theater chain is among the 5 most traded United States stocks over the past week on both Vested Finance and Stockle, two India focused platforms for retail investors to buy United States equities. AMC Entertainment has accounted for 14% of Vested this week, a greater proportion than Tesla, Shopify, and Facebook. This just adds on to what I was saying before. A lot of traders, I know that they are stressed about AMC stock because every single day they get very frustrated when AMC stock is down on the day, right? So when AMC stock is up, everyone is celebrating, but when AMC stock is down, that's when unfortunately a lot of people start blaming AMC stock, and that's when a lot of people in the AMC stock movement decide to go against each other. But we do not need that, and we cannot have that for this movement going forward because that will only hurt the movement in the future. But a lot of us already know that anyway because we are already in the movement. But for some newer investors that have decided to get into AMC stock or GameStop, it is a little bit more difficult for them to endure all this volatility just because the price fluctuates so much that is definitely unlike any other equity or security that they have owned in the past. And so going on to what this article says, 14% of Vested this week, Vested again, was a platform for people in India to buy United States equities. If they are buying more AMC stock than Tesla, Shopify, and Facebook, really, what does that indicate about AMC stock? This stock is again unlike any other, and the fact that they have so much movement behind them, even in countries outside of the United States, this right here is absolutely insane. And so, going off to this article, it says that AMC Entertainment closed 18% lower on Thursday after soaring 95% on Wednesday. Okay, so again, this was updated in June, the month of June, early beginnings. So, therefore, this is just talking about the price action on that day. And so, it said that its parabolic surge in the past few weeks has pushed its market's capitalization briefly above $33 billion. The craze for so-called meme shares such as AMC and GameStop Corporation is being fueled by low-fee trading plans that have encouraged new investors into global share markets. I agree with this 100%, and even Mark Cuban, he stated somewhat of a similar opinion because they are both saying the reason why AMC and GameStop have so much of a movement behind them is simply because there is more education, there is more knowledge to understand how to invest in the stock market. This generation is unlike any generation before, and we are extremely lucky to be in a generation where we have stocks like AMC and GameStop. But not only that, it's not that AMC and GameStop we're lucky to have those stocks, it's that we are lucky to form as good of a movement as the AMC stock movement is and as good as the GameStop movement is. That right there is what we are extremely lucky about because this has yet to happen ever before. There has yet to be a movement like AMC stock going on Reddit, and the people on Reddit end up making short squeeze and gamma squeeze on equities like AMC and GameStop to the point where they end up squeezing out hedge funds and they lose millions upon millions of dollars. And even some people end up making millions upon millions of dollars, but the millions of dollars that were made by the retail traders. And so again, this was a historical movement. And so this article says the same thing. A lot of education, a lot of knowledge, and also low fee trading plans. A lot of brokerages, they know, do not want to have a lot of fees whenever they are trading. So they do not want to have a $6 fee just because they're going to buy AMC stock or sell AMC stock. So therefore, a lot of brokerages, because of this new generation, have made the switch to make trading more practical for a lot of the retail investors. Now, continuing on to this last piece of what this article says, it says that due to social media platforms like Reddit, okay, so this is what I was just talking about, how we actually are able to form such a great movement. But anyways, it says that the information today travels quickly across borders, and an Indian investor is as plugged into the United States markets as their counterparts in the United States. And so this was stated by the chief executive officer at Vested. And so some retail Indian investors are driven by news and want to be a part of global trends or movements. Again, guys, AMC stock is just such an amazing stock that people in India want to participate in this movement. And it is not only in India. I know this article talks a lot about India, but it also states that Korean investors bought $225 million worth of AMC shares this week. And now we are going to be talking about how many shares they end up buying and how much does this equate to in a dollar amount. And so this article states that Korea holds $243 million worth of AMC shares, and this equates to 6.4 million shares of AMC stock. And so with this buying and selling, the top of the list for Korea is Tesla Motors. The second one is going to be Apple Computer. And by the way, I do understand that Korea is not the one invested into all these companies. It is an institution or a corporation that is part of Korea. So the first list, as I said, was Tesla. And then the next one would be Apple. That is their highest amount of shares that they have of an equity. And then the third highest equity that they hold is Amazon. And then next on the list is going to be Google. And then fifth on the list is going to be Nvidia. Sixth on the list is going to be Microsoft. Now, why am I talking about all these equities? Because this is going to build that credibility that, okay, there are actually people in Korea and actually one institution and one corporation that invested a lot of money into AMC stock, because we know that they have a lot of blue chip stocks. And what are blue chip stocks? They do not fluctuate a lot because that is where you could probably get a lot of return, even though they are expensive. That is where your money will probably grow year over year because it is a technology stock. And even if it is not a technology stock, it is still going to generate a lot of return over time. So now that we know that this Korean company and corporation is invested into a lot of blue chip stocks, that'll probably generate a safe return year over year. And when I mean safe, I'm again talking about the blue chip, right? A lot more people have a lot of trust in blue chip stocks compared to a stock like AMC, simply because AMC stock will fluctuate 10% on the day. A lot of people invest in blue chip stocks, they cannot handle that. But the AMC retail traders is a movement unlike any other. So therefore, we can handle 10% movements on the day. And sometimes it is even 15 to 20% movements on the day. But wait, guys, because at the bottom of the list, though, and this is what I was talking about, see, the Korean corporation, they had a lot of credibility because at the beginning of the list, they had a lot of blue chip stocks. But at the bottom of the list, number 38, AMC stock, they have $243,455,709 invested into AMC stock. And so this equates to roughly 6 million shares that this Korean corporation holds for AMC stock. And so the last point that I would like to talk about, we now know that we have a lot of other countries on the AMC stock movement side. That is phenomenal right there. But what can you, as a trader or as an investor of AMC stocks, do say you guys can be the most prepared on a day-to-day basis? What you guys can do is you guys can open up a Webull account, and the reason why I'm not talking about Robinhood or Fidelity is simply because of this one reason. Now, some people do not like Webull, and that is totally fine, but you can still open up an account to get the benefits of level 2 data. For example, this was AMC stock today. I'm sure a lot of investors had a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt when AMC stock went from $38.40 a share all the way down to $36.08 a share. But if you have the Webull level 2 data, you would have understood that the reason why AMC stock was plummeting because the level 2 data was indicating that there were a lot more people betting against AMC stock rather than buying this stock. And you guys would have been able to see, okay, how many shares are people betting against AMC stock? And then when AMC stock has a sign of a reversal, in other words, it decides to trend in the opposite way, you guys will be able to understand that because the level 2 data indicates how AMC stock is going up so much. And that is because the level 2 data indicates how many shares people are buying or selling of any type of equity, including AMC stock. And this is what I'm talking about because this investor decided to buy either 214 shares of AMC stock or 1 share of AMC stock. But regardless, the level 2 data still indicated that to the entire market, but that is only if you had the Webull level 2 data. And if you guys decide to sign up for Webull, if you guys are a new investor using the Webull platform, you guys will be able to get this level 2 data for free, but you guys will only have it for 2 months. But still, having it for 2 months is still better than nothing. So if you guys would like to sign up, the link is in my description below to do so. And also, look at this data right here. We have 1,000 shares of AMC stock being sold at $38.20. So right there is already someone betting against AMC stock, or in other words, they're trying to sell shares in the market. If you had Robinhood, it would be very difficult to understand this, and I'm not sure how good of a job Fidelity does with this. Regardless, each brokerage has their own pros and cons, but this is definitely one of the benefits to Webull. Now, with that being said, AMC Stock Group, I believe that we are on a great path for AMC stock. We have a lot of other countries investing in this stock, including the United States, including India, including South Korea, and so therefore, I think that AMC stock will continue to do well in the future, and I'm going to be updating the price of AMC stock more in the future. Now, with that being said, AMC Stock Group, thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.